Good morning, good evening, and good night, my fellow enthusiast. Unity. So, for wherever you may have heard it, you decided you want to give it a try. Well, this is a video for you. I'm going to show you today how to download Unity, get it set up with Visual Studios, and take you into the editor and show you around. All the links that you'll need will be provided in the description down below. Without further ado, let's get started. So, clicking on the Unity link will come up with a page, and you'll just go to download. You'll go ahead and get it downloaded. Okay, once that's downloaded, get it set up. Yep. And you'll be prompted with this screen, and assuming that you have never touched Unity before, you're going to create yourself an account. You'll come in here and you'll create your account, and then once you create it, it'll automatically prompt you to log in. I have an account, so I'm just going to sign in. Okay, and once you've been signed in, you'll come out to the Unity installer, and as you see right here, it's coming up with a version for us to download. So we're just going to install Unity 6, which is the latest version of Unity, and it's LTS, which is long-term support. So this version will be supported many years down the future. Okay, we'll get this downloaded and we'll get started. It's going to take a minute, so while that's downloading, we are going to go over to the Visual Studios. We're going to download that as well. Okay, once that's done, we'll get it set up. Okay, and when we're here, you can choose between what kind of things you're going to want. I'd recommend game development with Unity, and we'll install. Okay, and once you get Visual Studios downloaded, you're going to sign in with your Microsoft account, or you can just skip that for now and can pick your theme. Let's stick to dark, and that's Visual Studios downloaded. And we'll check over with Unity. Okay, once your Unity has finished downloading, so over to projects, and we'll create a new project. You want to head over to the all templates, and you'll see Universal 2D, Universal 3D, got your high definition, you got all these different templates that you can choose from and mess around with. We're just going to click Universe. I'm just going to click this one. Shouldn't have to use an organization unless you have some pre-made. While using Unity Cloud, name your project something. My first project, and hit create. And then we'll let this load. Once Unity opens, you'll be introduced to a screen that looks just like this. So, over here on the left, you'll have your hierarchy. Over here, you'll have the game objects and different assets that are inside your scene. For example, if you right click, you down to create 3D object, create a cube, and you've created your first asset. We can give him a name, call him box. And now that we have our box, we can go down here to our project folder with all the assets. This is where all the technical scripts and whatnot will go. You can go down here, right click, create a folder. We name this materials. Double click it to enter. Right click, create, and we go down to a material. And you just call this box color. We can click on the color map. We can choose whatever color we want our box to be. And with our color, we just click it and drag it right on top of the box. And there we go. Our box is now brown. Okay, and we can come back out here. Let's create another folder. We can call this one scripts. Double click into that. Before we can start making our scripts, we're going to go over to edit. We're going to go down to preferences, go down to external tools, and make sure that whatever version of Visual Studio that you have downloaded is selected, which would be for us Visual Studio 2022, which is the latest version. And we'll right click, go over to create mono behavior script, and we can just call this my first script. Okay, once it compiles, we can go ahead and double click it, which will open up Visual Studios. We will allow it. And here we are. So once you come into Visual Studios, you'll find a start function and you'll find an update function. The start function will be called at the beginning of a scene. Once you hit play, it'll be called once. The update function will update every frame that the game is running. So to demonstrate this, let's start off with something simple and write some text to the debug box. So to do that, we'll first type debug dot log, and then we'll put in parentheses, and you can write whatever you want in here, and it'll be showed up in the log on the start of our project. We can call this one, we can just say game started. Okay, and Control S to save that, and we can head back over into Unity. Okay, and now that we have our script, we need to assign it to something inside of the scene for it to be called and work. So let's just click and drag it over to our box. If we click on our box, you'll see it's in the inspector. It'll show you all of its properties, its position, its mesh filter, its renderer, its collider. If we scroll all the way down, we'll find our little script. Okay, and we go over to the console. I like to click collapse for a reason you'll see in a second. This is where our text will be displayed at. So if we hit play, there it is. Game started, and it's called once. Okay, let's stop that. Let's go back over into Visual Studios. Now let's go over to the update function, and we'll write out debug.log, and let's just say game has updated. Okay, let's head back over into Unity. And now, if we hit play, you'll see that the game has started, has been called once, and the game has updated every frame that the game updates. As you can see, it's being called over and over again. If we unselect collapse, as you can see, it'll just completely fill our screen. So we hit collapse and it'll just keep it nice and tidy for us, as you see. Okay, that is the basic rundown on how to download Unity and get it set up. Right. Thank you for watching. I sure hope that this was informative for all y'all getting started on your journeys, and I bid y'all a good night.